Hey guys, what's up? Today is Wednesday, November the 2nd, and big 11 game schedule. Today, I will not be posting my early leans at the beginning of the video for the simple fact that I don't have any. Um, wow, this schedule today is it just the game just couldn't be tougher. Couldn't be tougher. Right now, this early, before this is about 5 6 hours before the first tip off of the night, and uh, if you just look at these lines and we'll compare them to my lines like I do every day, you'll see that I just don't see an edge right now on any single game. So let's start off and we'll talk briefly about every game since there is no, since I don't have any early games of interest. I'll just briefly go over each game. Um, there's a lot of injury concerns, a lot of questionable players, players coming back, a lot of uncertainty right now when it comes to player availability and yeah. So let's take a quick look. Over here we got Washington at Philly. These two teams played again the night before at Washington. Philly got the W there. They played without Embiid. Tonight I had this at 6.5. It's right on the money. Over here, 6.5 on Pinnacle, exactly the same thing. Embiid is listed as questionable, no edge. We do have to wait and see what Embiid's status is and what this line will do. So, not really any point about talking about this right now. Next game, Atlanta and New York. New York favored by 2. Um, I also had this at 2. It's right on the money on this one too. The only thing that comes to mind when I look at these two games playing in New York is those battles that they had in the playoffs a couple years ago with Atlanta, um, with Trey Young having a party in Madison Square Garden and just um, beating the Knicks and rubbing it in while he's doing it. Today on the injury report, we see Onyeka Okongwu. I think I pronounced that right. He's an important player for Atlanta. Is listed as questionable. Um, he's got left shoulder soreness, so an important player. We do got to keep. Um, we have to monitor his situation. The Knicks, couple of questionable players there. Line accurate. Um, yeah, nothing here either. Boston at Cleveland. This is probably the best game of the night as far as matchups go. Boston -2. I had them favored by 2. They are favored by 2. I will be monitoring this game pretty closely because there is a questionable tag on Darius Garland. Um, this game, I will be looking at it. If he comes back and we see some movement towards Cleveland side, I will be looking at a bet on the Celtics. If he remains out and the line stays the same, um, I'll probably be leaving it alone. Cleveland didn't win in Boston a few nights ago. Uh, these are the two top teams in the East. Actually, no, they're not the two top teams. Cleveland is second place, 5-1. Boston 4-2. Pretty evenly matched. Celtics are getting the road favorite here. This, okay, I did have it estimated with -2, keeping in mind Darius Garland's status. If he was playing, I would have Cleveland as a small favorite, a pick -1, something like that. This -2 is justified. I do believe that just by looking at this right now, the average bettor would probably be looking to put some money on the plus points, but um, still early, still early. Uh, yeah, next game, Sacramento at Miami. Miami got a tough W last night against the Warriors at home. Um, Picked it up, played pretty well. Second night of a back-to-back is giving him a lower number, 6.5. I had this exactly at 6.5. Sacramento, a very, very significant injury here. We do have Darren Fox. He'll be missing out with a knee injury. 6.5 also here. The number with Fox being out, the best player, does look maybe a little bit on the low side. Maybe it could have been up at 7.5. But the second night of a back-to-back is keeping this number a little down. So accurate in my opinion. I also had it at 6.5, right on the money again. Charlotte at Chicago. Chicago -5. They got the win in Brooklyn last night. That was one of my picks yesterday. I had the Bulls. Good win. They came through at the end. Brooklyn collapsed one more time. I have Chicago favored by 6. Over here, it is at -5. It is the second night of a back-to-back, so we know Levine could be out with injury management. Even though he is questionable, they are leaving a small window open. Maybe it might be his first back-to-back of the season. We'll see. Kobe White also, Andre Drummond. If all these players come back, the line will go up for sure. But as of now, Charlotte, they still got their 3 perimeter players out. So this -5 could be a little low. It is a little low. But it is early. If we got to see what those players for Chicago, what their status is going to be closer to game time. Right now, uh, can't really do much here. Even though this -5 is a little low. But man, is it tough to bet on Charlotte with this number. We'll see. We'll check it out again later. Detroit at Milwaukee. I have Milwaukee at 12, favored by 12. They were favored by 13 when these two teams played again the night before. Same teams, same arena. Detroit came close. They ended up losing by 3. They were really close. Books adjusted it, 13 to 11.5. Also, I did see over here that Grayson Allen, an important perimeter player for the Bucks, will be missing. So that's probably the 1.5 adjustment. Bucks, the only undefeated team in the league, right? Yep. Pistons have been showing signs though, showing signs of improving. Tough game. Tough game. Anything can happen here. Anything can happen. Tough game to cap. Clippers at Houston. Clippers by 6. Same two teams. Same two teams. I have this at 5.5. Same two teams played again the night before in LA. Paul George ended up hitting a jumper with 6 seconds left in regulation. Was the difference between these two? This game, John Wall will most likely be back. He was out with it was the second night of a back-to-back, so he was out with load management. Kawhi will still be out. Everybody else, I didn't see anything else here. Let's make sure. Covington is still out. Kawhi still out. So over here, -6. Same lines. Very, very sharp lines today, guys, is what I see. When I look at my estimations and the lines that I get, they're just very, they're either right on the money or a half point off. Very, very close. Very, very sharp lines today. Tough, tough games to cap. In my opinion over here, I think a lot of people will probably be keeping in mind the how competitive Houston was in that game, how close it was. They might be inclined to take this +6. We'll see what this line does. Closer towards game time. If we see, if it stays here, or if we see a small little half point move down, we might take a little nibble here on the Clippers. But nothing as of yet. Toronto at San Antonio. Toronto, I had them at 6.5 over here. We see 7.5, a pretty big number if you think of the Spurs. Spurs 5-2 started off very strong. The season, they're definitely playing way above what I believe will be their. They're playing well above their level that I think that we'll get used to seeing them play for the rest of the season. I do expect them They're number 4 right now in the West. There's no way they stay in the playoff picture. I do expect them to drop off and finish towards the bottom of the conference. 7.5 is a big number, though. Big number. Toronto did blow out Atlanta the other night at home. Um, this let's check out the injury report. Van Vliet was out the other night for Toronto. Let's check out the status over here. San Antonio, Keldon Johnson, he's out. New player out. Vassell still out. Everyone else in. Big number, guys. Otto Porter will be making his debut tonight. Came over from Golden State last year. 3-point shooter. Van Vliet, questionable. Both. Okay. This line is a little overinflated in my opinion. I think we will see quite a bit of money here on the Spurs, but we do have to check on the status of Van Vliet and Porter closer to the game. Let me see what this line does. We'll see if it drops off a little bit, maybe 7 to 6.5. We might take a little stab at Toronto here, but still too many uncertainties. Still, Dallas 6.5. They've been struggling lately. 3-3 on the season. Utah beat Memphis a couple times in a row at home. They're doing much better. They started off real hot, 6-2. I didn't expect them to be playing this well, but they have no superstars on this team, but they do have a lot of solid players. Rotation. They have depth. They got some solid players. This line, I had it at 6.5. Tough. The way these teams have been playing, psychologically, I do believe a lot of people will be inclined to take the 6.5. But it's very close to my estimation, so we're gonna wait on this one too. Next game, Memphis at Portland. Portland, we know, is without Dame Lillard. I had Memphis here at 4. John Morant came back against Utah. Didn't make that much of a difference. They still lost. Let's check out the players. Desmond Bane was out in that game. Over here, he's listed as questionable. Steven Adams was added to this list. A couple of starters here, so important players, especially Desmond Bane. We got to check his status. 4.5 here. 4.5 here, same number, very close to my estimation. It's tough. Memphis has not been playing well lately. Kind of a low number. We gotta wait for confirmation with those 2 starters from Memphis, and we'll see. We'll take it from there. See what the line will do. New Orleans at the Lakers. Lakers got their first win of the season against Denver the other night. Wow, what a disgrace. A disgrace, and what do I mean by that? The celebrations after the game, and Darvin Ham, the rookie coach, and the press conference crying, and just so much drama. What? Just because they got their first win of the season? Embarrassing. That's just the only word that I can come up with. This team is embarrassing. What else can I say? The Pelicans, favored by 3. I had them at 2.5. Let's check out the injury report. Brandon Ingram was. Let's check out his status. Very important. Sideline. He's still going to be out. Let's see. Brandon Ingram. He's not even with the team, so he's not going to be playing today. He's still going to be out. So it'll be up to C.J. McCollum and Zion, the 2 stars on that team. Lakers, let's check out over here. Anthony Davis was kind of limping around in the game against Denver, like Charles Barkley likes to call him, Anthony Street Clothes Davis. Okay, he's not on the injury report. Everybody's playing. This 3, man, I think will definitely have a lot of people. People love betting on LeBron and the Lakers. They'll probably be thinking, wow, this is a good opportunity for them to continue their win streak. this does look like I do believe this will draw a lot of people with this +3. But it's still early. Like I said, we'll have to wait closer to game time and see what this line does, and we'll make up our minds. So there's nothing clear cut. I don't have an obvious game of interest um, to start. But a couple of games that I will be paying a little extra attention to is this Boston at Cleveland. See Darius Garland's status and what this line does. Um, Over here, the Bulls with their this -5 is a little low. We got to see what Levine and Drummond and Kobe White, see what their status is the game time, see what this line does. I'll also be paying attention to this. Over here, um, I'm also going to be looking at the Clippers with the Houston, see what this line does. I do expect money to come in on Houston. We'll be taking a little peek at the Clippers. Over here, this line is a little inflated, but there are players questionable. Going to be looking at this also. If it drops off a little, maybe take a little stab at Toronto. And yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. Big game schedule, a big 11 game schedule. Um, yeah. Don't have any early leans despite the options of 11 games, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna say it one more time. When it comes to putting your hard-earned money on the line, you got to wait for the opportunities. You got to be very selective. You got to be disciplined. You can't just throw your money around just because there's a lot of games. That's what the bookies want you to do. They want you to throw your money on as many games as possible. They'll eat you up with the juice. You'll lose some, even if you go 3-3. You're gonna lose all the juice. You're gonna end up losing you're gonna end up losing money. You have to be very disciplined. Wait, pick your spots. Um, a lot of opportunity for second half line bets, in game live betting. No need to throw any money out before the game start. Be disciplined. Be disciplined. Don't be a loser. Don't be a sheep. Don't be what the bookmakers want you to be. You know, that's the only way to get ahead in this game. The only way to get ahead in this game is be disciplined and selective. And when you find the opportunities, you hit them. 11 games scheduled tonight, no early leans. We could have a 3-game schedule and have a lean on all 3 games. It doesn't matter. It all depends on where we see opportunity. And right now, everything is just very bleak at the moment. So that's it, guys. If you guys want to follow my plays, when I do finalize my plays closer towards game time, I do have links in the description to my Telegram channel, a Viber chat, and a Discord channel. It's completely free. All you have to do is sign up, and if you choose not to, it's cool. You can just keep following my analysis every day here on YouTube. Just subscribe to the channel, set the alert to get notified whenever I come on. Like the video and share it. Yeah, and that's it. That's it. We'll talk again tomorrow. Either later on my one of my chats, if you guys had signed up, or we'll talk again tomorrow. Yeah, so that's it. Have a good one, guys. Later.